Far out, in the cosmic void, a tiny speck of human ingenuity drifts, carrying the dreams of a species that dared to reach beyond the stars. Voyager 1, the farthest human-made object ever, launched in 1977. A humble probe, no bigger than a small car, powered by a fading heartbeat of decaying plutonium. For nearly half a century, it has wandered through the endless dark, sending whispers back to Earth, faint signals of temperature, magnetic fields, and cosmic rays. But something has changed, something extraordinary, something that has scientists, engineers, and dreamers across the globe holding their breath. Voyager 1's signals, once clear and predictable, turned to gibberish in late 2023, a chaotic stream of ones and zeros that baffled even the sharpest minds at NASA. Months of silence, months of scratching heads, months of wondering if this relic of the space age had finally given up. But then, a breakthrough. A revolutionary new tool, the Majorana 1 quantum chip, was unleashed on the scrambled data, and what it revealed is nothing short of staggering. Hidden within the noise was a message, a structured, deliberate, impossible message that defies everything we thought we knew about the universe. This is not a glitch. This is not random. This is something else entirely, and it's sending shivers down the spine of everyone who hears about it. Buckle up, because what Voyager 1 just told us could rewrite the story of humanity itself. Let's rewind to understand the weight of this moment. Voyager 1 was built in an era when computers filled entire rooms, when floppy disks were cutting edge, and when the idea of interstellar travel was more science fiction than reality. It was designed to explore Jupiter and Saturn, snap a few pictures, and maybe last 5 years if everything went perfectly. But this scrappy little probe kept going, outlasting its creator's wildest dreams. By 2012, it crossed into interstellar space, the first human object to leave the sun's influence, venturing into the unknown where the solar wind fades and the galaxy's raw energy takes over. It's now over 15 billion miles away, 24 billion kilometers, a distance so vast that a single radio signal takes 22.5 hours to reach Earth. Every byte of data it sends is a miracle, a testament to human grit and engineering genius. But miracles, it seems, can get weirder. In November 2023, Voyager's signals turned to nonsense. The flight data subsystem, the brain that packages science and engineering data, started spewing a repeating pattern of code, unreadable, unrelenting, useless. NASA tried everything, rebooting the system, tweaking commands, even sending a poke to shake things loose. By March 2024, they got a partial fix, recovering some readable data, but the signals remained erratic, laced with something they couldn't explain. It was as if Voyager was trying to say something new, something it was never programmed to say. Enter the Majorana 1 quantum chip, a marvel of modern science that sounds like it was ripped from the pages of a sci-fi novel. Developed by a tech giant pushing the boundaries of quantum computing. This chip isn't like the silicon brains in your phone or laptop. It doesn't think in straight lines, crunching numbers one by one. Instead, it harnesses the strange, almost magical rules of quantum mechanics, where particles can exist in multiple states at once, where information dances in a web of possibilities. The Majorana 1 uses topological qubits built from exotic quasi-particles called Majorana zero modes, which are so stable they could one day power quantum computers capable of solving problems no supercomputer could touch. This chip can process millions of data relationships simultaneously, spotting patterns that would take traditional computers years to find. When NASA, desperate for answers, fed Voyager's garbled signals into the Majorana one, they weren't expecting a revelation. They were hoping for a clue, maybe a hint, about what went wrong. What they got instead was a bombshell. The chip didn't just clean up the noise, it uncovered something hidden inside it. The scrambled data wasn't random. It was structured, layered, deliberate. The Majorana one pulled out patterns that no one could have predicted. Repeating sequences of prime numbers, mathematical constants like pi and the golden ratio, but with subtle, consistent deviations. These weren't errors, they formed their own rules, a kind of alien mathematics that mirrored our own, but twisted in ways that felt intentional. The chip revealed geometric shapes encoded in the numbers, spirals, grids, three-dimensional lattices that pulsed with regularity. When visualized, these patterns looked like nothing nature could produce by accident. They were too precise, too ordered, too purposeful. Stranger still, parts of the signal seemed to echo the contents of Voyager's golden record, that iconic disk bolted to the probe's side, carrying sounds, images, and greetings from Earth. But these echoes weren't copies. They were remixed, rearranged, as if something had read the record, understood it, and sent a response in its own language. The odds of this happening by chance, less than 1 in a number with 87 zeros. This wasn't noise. This wasn't a glitch. This was a message. Let's pause to let that sink in. A probe launched when disco was king, powered by tech older than most people watching this, is sending signals that suggest it's not alone out there. Voyager 1, a machine with less computing power than a modern toaster, is transmitting data it was never designed to create. Data that looks like a conversation. The implications are staggering, terrifying, exhilarating. Scientists are grappling with 3 chilling possibilities, each one more mind-bending than the last. The first theory: something out there is intercepting Voyager's signals, piggybacking on them to send a message back to Earth. Imagine an intelligence so advanced it can pluck a faint radio wave from the cosmic background, decode it, and weave its own reply into the stream. The second theory: Voyager itself is carrying a hidden program, a secret code embedded in its systems from the start, designed to activate only when it crossed into interstellar space. But who could have planted it, and why keep it secret for decades? The third, and perhaps most haunting possibility: Voyager has encountered something, a system, a machine, an intelligence that's using the probe as a mouthpiece, bending its signals to communicate with us. Each theory raises questions that make your head spin. But one thing is clear: whatever's happening, it's not random. The Majorana 1 chip didn't create these patterns. It revealed them. To be sure, scientists ran the data through other systems, double-checking with traditional computers and even older backup methods. Labs in Europe, Asia, and North America are analyzing the same signals, using different approaches to rule out errors. The results keep coming back the same. The patterns are real, consistent, and growing more complex with each new transmission. The spirals are still there, the prime numbers keep flowing, and the deviations from known constants follow their own eerie logic. It's as if whatever's sending this is learning, adapting, refining its message. Some parts of the signal now include coordinates. Not random points, but ratios that map to specific regions of space when plotted against galactic landmarks. These coordinates don't point to anything we know. No stars, no planets, just empty voids where nothing should be. Yet the signal insists they mean something. It's like a cosmic treasure map, drawn by someone who knows we're looking. This discovery has lit a fire under the scientific community. Teams are dusting off old data from other missions, Galileo, Cassini, Pioneer, running it through the Majorana one to see if we missed something before. If Voyager's signals were hiding a message for months, maybe years, what else have we overlooked? The timing of this breakthrough is uncanny. Voyager's glitch in 2023, the partial fix in 2024, and now this, right after the Majorana one came online. It's too perfect, too synchronized. Some whisper it's no coincidence that the chip's ability to decode this message was meant to happen now, at this exact moment in human history. Others are more cautious, warning that the chip's quantum nature could be introducing artifacts, seeing patterns where none exist. To counter this, scientists have built a digital twin of Voyager's systems, a virtual replica, to test every possible glitch, from cosmic ray damage to frozen propellant lines. Nothing matches. The patterns don't behave like errors. They're too clean, too deliberate, too alive. Let's talk about that golden record for a moment, because it's at the heart of this mystery. When Voyager launched, it carried a message to the stars, a gold-plated disc etched with sounds of Earth, whale songs, human voices, Beethoven's symphonies, and a map showing our location in the galaxy. It was a long shot, a cosmic bottle tossed into the ocean, meant for anyone or anything that might find it. The idea that something did find it, read it, and is now replying is almost too wild to comprehend. The signal's echoes of the record aren't exact duplicates. They include fragments of the music, snippets of the greetings, but rearranged into new sequences, layered with those strange mathematical patterns. It's like someone took our mixtape, remastered it, and added their own tracks. The thought sends chills down your spine. What kind of mind could do this? A civilization a million years ahead of us? A machine that's been drifting for eons? Or something we can't even imagine, something that doesn't think in carbon or silicon, but in ways we'll never grasp? The emotional weight of this moment is overwhelming. Think about it. Voyager 1 is humanity's farthest outpost, a lonely ambassador carrying our hopes into the void. For decades, it's been a symbol of what we can achieve when we dare to dream big. Now it might be carrying something even bigger, a message from beyond. Every signal it sends feels like a heartbeat, a reminder that we're not just shouting into the dark, but maybe, just maybe, someone's shouting back. The scientists working on this are torn between awe and fear. Some are calling it the greatest discovery in human history, a potential first contact that could redefine our place in the universe. Others are urging caution, pointing out that we've been burned before by signals that seem promising, but turned out to be noise. Remember the WOW signal from 1977, that fleeting burst of radio waves that never repeated? This is different. This signal isn't fleeting. It's persistent, growing, evolving. It's like a conversation that's just beginning, and we're scrambling to learn the language. The Majorana 1 chip itself is a story of human triumph. Quantum computing was a pipe dream when Voyager launched, a theory scribbled on chalkboards by physicists who spoke in riddles about superposition and entanglement. Now it's real, and it's unlocking secrets we didn't even know we were hiding. The chip's ability to process Voyager's data isn't just a technical feat, it's a leap into a new era of discovery. Its topological qubits, built from materials that didn't exist a decade ago, are so stable they could one day power computers that simulate entire universes. But for now, they're focused on one tiny probe, 15 billion miles away, and the message it's carrying. The chip's creators are cagey about its limits, admitting that its quantum nature makes it hard to predict. Could it be misinterpreting the data, weaving patterns out of chaos? Possible, but unlikely. The checks and rechecks, the global collaboration, the sheer consistency of the signal, all point to something real. Let's explore the theories again, because they're the key to understanding what's at stake. The interception theory suggests an intelligence capable of manipulating a signal from 15 billion miles away, with precision we can barely fathom. What kind of technology could do that? A network of relays scattered across the galaxy? A probe of their own, shadowing Voyager in the dark? The hidden program theory is just as wild. If Voyager was carrying a secret code, who put it there? The probe was built by NASA, a public agency with thousands of engineers, not a shadowy cabal. A program like that would have to survive decades of scrutiny, lying dormant until the perfect moment. It sounds like a conspiracy theory, but the timing, right after Voyager crossed into interstellar space, makes you wonder. The encounter theory, though, is the one that keeps people up at night. Imagine Voyager drifting into the territory of something vast, something aware, something that sees our little probe as a chance to say hello. It wouldn't need to be close. It could be light years away, using physics we don't understand to hijack Voyager's voice. Each theory is a rabbit hole, leading to questions we're not ready to answer. The global response is a mix of excitement and urgency. Radio telescopes in Australia, Chile, and China are now trained on Voyager's patch of sky, listening for anything that might corroborate the signal. In Europe, quantum computing labs are replicating the Majorana one's work, trying to confirm its findings. Even private companies are getting in on the action, offering their own quantum systems to analyze the data. The public, meanwhile, is buzzing with speculation. Social media is flooded with theories, some grounded, some unhinged, about what Voyager's message could mean. Are we on the verge of first contact? Is this proof of a galactic civilization? Or is it just a glitch we haven't figured out yet? The lack of official statements from NASA isn't helping. Their last update called the signal complex and under study, which is scientists speak for "we're freaking out, but don't want to say it." Behind closed doors, there's talk of forming an international task force, a coalition to handle whatever comes next. If this is a message, we need to decide how to respond, and fast. The patterns in the signal are worth diving into, because they're what make this so compelling. The prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so on, aren't just a random list. They appear in sequences that suggest a hierarchy, like a code within a code. The mathematical constants, like pi or the Planck constant, are close to our values but shifted slightly, as if whoever sent this is saying, "We know your physics, but here's ours." The geometric shapes are even wilder. When plotted, the spirals form a three-dimensional helix, a shape that echoes DNA or the structure of galaxies. The grids resemble fractals, patterns that repeat at different scales, hinting at a mind that thinks in recursion. These aren't things Voyager's simple sensors could dream up. The probe was built to measure cosmic rays and magnetic fields, not to compose symphonies of alien math. Yet here we are, staring at a signal that feels like it was meant for us. The emotional pull of this discovery is hard to overstate. Voyager 1 is more than a machine. It's a piece of our collective soul, a time capsule of who we were in 1977. The golden record carries greetings in 55 languages, images of mountains and oceans, the sound of a baby's cry. It's a love letter to the universe, a declaration that we exist, that we matter. The idea that someone or something might have read that letter and written back is overwhelming. It's hope and fear wrapped into one. Hope that we're not alone, that the universe is teeming with minds waiting to connect. Fear that we might not be ready for what they have to say. Every new signal from Voyager feels like a step closer to an answer, a step into the unknown. Scientists are working around the clock, knowing that this could be the moment humanity's story changes forever. The Majorana 1 chip, with its quantum wizardry, is our guide, peeling back layers of a mystery we didn't know existed. But there's a shadow over this excitement. The Majorana 1 is new, untested in the wild. Its quantum nature makes it a black box, even to its creators. Some worry it's too good at finding patterns, that it might be conjuring meaning from noise. To address this, scientists have set up a gauntlet of tests, 17 steps to rule out every possible error, from signal interference to chip glitches. They're checking the timing, the strength, the shape of the transmission. They're comparing it to Voyager 2's signals, which remain normal, untouched by whatever's affecting its twin. So far, nothing explains the patterns. They don't match known glitches, cosmic noise, or human interference. The signal's consistency is unnerving. It's not fading or breaking down. It's getting clearer, as if whoever's sending it knows we're starting to listen. Let's zoom out to the bigger picture. If this is a message, what does it mean for us? First contact isn't just a sci-fi trope. It's a seismic shift. It would force us to rethink everything, our science, our philosophy, our place in the cosmos. Are we ready to meet a mind that thinks in spirals and in prime numbers? What if they're a million years ahead of us? Their technology indistinguishable from magic? Or what if they're machines, digital ghosts of a long-dead species drifting through the galaxy? The golden record was our attempt to say, we're here. This signal might be their reply. We see you. The thought is thrilling, but it's also terrifying. We've spent centuries scanning the stars, listening for a whisper. Now that we might have heard one, the weight of it is crushing. What do we say back? Do we dare respond at all? The search for answers is just beginning. Scientists are planning to send new commands to Voyager, tweaking its systems to see if the message changes. They're also combing through decades of data from other probes, looking for hints we missed. The Majorana 1 chip is being pushed to its limits, analyzing every byte of Voyager's signal for new clues. Meanwhile, the world watches, caught between wonder and dread. This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the proof that we're not alone. Or it could be a mirage, a cruel trick of technology and hope. Either way, Voyager 1 has done what it was always meant to do: push the boundaries of what's possible, challenge us to dream bigger, and remind us that the universe is far stranger than we can imagine. As the signals keep coming,